You are looking live at a daily chart of the Nasdaq. Today is Wednesday, January 22. Thank you for watching my review and tuning in here. You can see the Nasdaq had a good day, up 252 points or 1.28%, volume lighter than the 50-day average and lighter than Tuesday. Um, it was kind of a shallow day today where only the technology stocks worked well and all the other sectors were lower. So that kind of leads me to believe that we might be in for a little bit of rotation here as some of the tech stocks get extended. Maybe we get a rotation into financials or materials or retail. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, just take it one day at a time. The Nasdaq did trade above this downtrend line, and right here, very nice. Nice move above 20,000. I had mentioned that I wanted it to get above the old high there of 20,070 on December 26, and it did that today. No, it didn't. 2068 came right up to it. So that's our next goal to get through there. But it closed right there at 20,009. I believe that's only the third close here above 20,000. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Uh, Nasdaq had a good day. It's maybe the fourth close above 20,000. But anyway, looking much better. Looks like we're out of the woods as we undercut this 50 and have rallied through. So the Nasdaq looks fine. I did mention some of those other sectors, like the XLE that, just did not, haven't looked good the last couple of days. The financials, the XLF, down fractionally today. And then the retail, despite, great Christmas numbers and strong retail sales data, this thing can't get going. So I'm thinking that there's going to be some surprises in the retail space as we get into earnings here. I'm going to get to some earnings here in a minute. This is the SPY. I'm still consolidating. Oops, I got to go back to the Nasdaq. Why? Because I want to show you how far above the moving averages it has come in a quick time here. You can see it just rallied through the 50. It was below it on the 14th, rallied through it. 0.8% above, 1.1 on the 17th, which was Friday, 1.6 yesterday, and today closed 2.8% above this rising 50 simple moving average. Still in a power trend, still above those levels. I'm going to go to the SPY now, and it has rallied above it as well, 1.7% above its 50. I know it's debatable which one's stronger, the SPY or the Nasdaq, but they're both doing really well. And now the SPY is comfortably above that 600 level, or on the S&P 500 index, the 6,000 level. There you go. And then another one that I want to look at is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Rally undercut the 50 now, has rallied back through above the 44,000 level, and it's looking to take out that 45,073, which is the high from December 4th. So it's been a while, about 6 weeks. Okay. And then of course I got to show the IWM. IWM. I'm not a big believer in the IWM because it has all the good stocks that perform well in here are taken out and they put in, the lesser performing ones, whereas the Dow is opposite. They kick out the weaker performing ones and include the stronger stocks. So the Russell 2000 has a disadvantage from the get-go. All right, I trade stocks, not indexes. It's always nice to have the indexes at our back. I'm going to go through some Batman stocks and this morning's or last night's earnings. This is Broadcom. Pulled back to its 21, found support and bounced nicely. Um, there you go. Here's this little flagging pattern as it pulls back to its 21 pound support. Now bouncing, slowly, it's gradually pushing away like a snail just crawling away, but slow and steady wins the race. Apple, it's got that news from China that it's losing market share, and man, this thing fell out of favor fast. So we got to wait for the earnings report on the 30th. once it slices to 21, then slices to 50, it's adios muchachos. Sorry about that. Tesla, I know a lot of Tesla. I hate to say anything negative about Tesla because people really get fired up about this stock. But I'm agnostic. I don't care, if the stock's what the ticker symbol is or who runs it. It's got to call them as I see them here today. Just had an inside day today, not bad. Had this big bar on Tuesday, pulled back to its 10. The one negative, I'd say about today's action is that it closed, right at the 10, 4% of the daily range and closed at its 10. So let's take a look and see what that looks like on a 5-minute chart. Yeah, kind of like, loitering all day, like, and then sellers come in into the close. So we'll see what that thing does tomorrow. Um, so let's go to Microsoft. I've been teasing Microsoft, such an ugly chart, but hey, it perked up today, on the news from, Oracle, the SoftBank investments with President Trump. Yeah, once again, you just got to wait to hear from the earnings here. Meta looks good, actually, one of the better looking Mag 7 stocks, just consolidating within a base. Now, I would have the buy point a lot lower. In fact, I did, but really the standard buy point is 638.40. Once again, got to wait to hear from them a week from today. So we'll be celebrating, we'll be partying, Zuckerberg style here next week with Meta. Amazon, this one looks really strong. Um, Man, broke above that downtrend line and is not looking back, is it? Yeah, and traded above that old 233 today. So this has been a good week for Jeff Bezos, Andy Jassy, and the Amazon team up, yeah, more than 4%. Good for Amazon. Then, of course, Google, having trouble with that 200 number. Once again, hit 200, pulled back, found support up against it yesterday, pulled back. So, eventually it's going to blast through that level. It's just going to take some time. This is not a stock that's going to run away from us. It's a little slower and pokier. And they're going to report on February 4. So all these earnings report are right around the corner. NVIDIA is starting to perk up a little bit. I know people like with Tesla and NVIDIA, they get really excited. Like, okay, it moved above its 50. Yay. I like that. We know when NVIDIA moves, it can really move, but now it's 5.7% above the 10 and 5.3% above the 50 as those three moving averages converged. Still, it's got this 152 here and the 153 here, so it's going to have to kind of power through those old highs there. Anyway, that's it for the grade eight. What do I call them? Batman stocks. All right, I've got to go to the earnings reports because finally, earnings season is here, and stocks are going to move based on their earnings and not on, the Fed jawboning the market about how they're going to move interest rates or not. It's really a ridiculous exercise they go through. So this is earnings season, and we're seeing Netflix move nearly 10% with 343% above average volume. The problem with Netflix's action is it closed near the lows of the session. That's why you kind of sell the spike, right? I mean, if you sold it around, what, 1,000 this morning, 999, and then it just kind of sold off into the close, 53, so you could have saved yourself $45 there. Anyway, still, consolidating within that base and now trading near that old standard buy point of 941. You can see the RS line driving right through the moving average. So a lot of strength here for Netflix. And they raised prices, a couple tiers, two-tier pricing range. I'm willing to pay Netflix. I think most people are, but they lived on that, the password where people are sharing the password and they stopped that. And they lived off that for a while. And now, they're expanding globally. They're raising prices. So they have pricing power. That's a good sign for a company. All right. Another company that reported last night that, financial company is IBKR. Now, this kind of did the opposite of Netflix, where it closed at 84% of its daily range. You can see this breakout from the cup with handle pattern. That would be something, that you'd be looking at to buy here. Up 9% with 153% above average daily volume. So keep my eye on Interactive Broker. There's your gap higher. And as long as it holds above that low of the session today, I think this one's all good. 20243 is your magic number, your line in the sand, or whatever you want to call it. Seagate reported, not a great report, but we don't care about the report. Well, we care about the report, but we also care about the reaction to the report. This one was up 6.84%, 265% above the average 50-day volume here. You can see big blue volume bars coming into Seagate recently, but still consolidating in a base. But yeah, we like to see this accelerating sales growth, because, sales, you can't fake sales. You can fake some earnings here, moving some stuff around, personnel and, line items and blah, blah, blah. But sales, you can't fake. Sales are sales. You got them or you don't. Seagate had the sales and Seagate was rewarded. Johnson and Johnson reported this morning. I was looking at this chart. It's just a, man, that thing make Microsoft look like Da Vinci. All right. ALLY. Allie, it wasn't the report that got this thing going. It was their, I don't know, something about credit card. Yeah, Allie's got a credit card now, so you can piss your money away with Allie's credit card if you like. All right. So Wall Street likes that. And then Procter and Gamble. Once again, these charts are looking pretty bad on these defensive or value names. But the last couple of days up with volume. Procter and Gamble. You can see down here just tepid growth, 0, 1, 2%. And that's kind of what they do. Just a widow stock where pays a nice dividend. You get your check every 3 months. Abbott Labs. Pretty dynamic company here. Just, kind of, floundering here for a long, long time. Just, I remember in the bear market here, this thing was up above 130, or in 2021, right before the bear market, yeah, 140. And for a long, long time, it just has not been able to break above this long consolidation period. Yeah, since January 2023. So it's been 2 years of sideways action. So Abbott, you got to get it in gear, buddy. All right. Hey, Abbott. All right, mentioning earnings. GEV reported today. I know a lot of people were just getting excited about GEV. I just posted the earnings report, and people were saying, it's a short, this thing's overvalued, blah, blah, blah. It kills the birds. The windmills kill the birds. I don't know about that. I just know that this is a monster stock. And if investors want to buy it, then I want to own it. Yes, it's extended here. But they said what they said they're going to do 37 billion in sales this year, and it's got a market cap of 117. So it's 3 times sales. It's not exorbitantly expensive. I wouldn't say. I don't know. It's just not a super growth stock, but triple digit earnings growth is not bad. Sales growth 5%. But like I say, if the institutions want to own it, then so do I. So nice response to pretty, tepid earnings. Okay earnings. I would, okay earnings, reaffirming forward guidance. That was fine. Vistra, the fire from Friday, that was just, a little ploy to pull back and shake some people out as it did here at the 10 on Friday, and it's bounced the next couple of days. You could see nearly 190. I think it was over 190 during the session today. Yeah, 194. So that must have really sold off into the close here. Yeah, look at that. Dive bombing into the close. Anyway, Vistra looks fine. You can see the breakout from this cup with handle pattern. This just says a cup. I would call that a handle right there, but oh well, I don't run pattern rec. Anyway, Vistra looks pretty darn good. CEG is another one, just not giving you a chance. Give you that one day since the government contract was announced, what, the 10th? It ramped 25% and it came back one day. That was it. It undercut the low from the prior day. There you see 278, the low is 280. That was it. And then it just had an inside day and then see you later. Adios, muchachos. Not giving you a chance to get in. I'm seeing a lot of stocks like that actually. They're just super hard to buy when they start moving like that. I just say if you want to buy it, take a smaller position. Don't, just ape into it 25%. Take it easy. If you want to own it, if you gotta have it, just like Talon right here above that 230 level, it's up every day. It's just not giving you a chance to get in. I know they call them like lockout rallies, But I mean, look at these big blue bars. I mean, somebody's buying this stock. Yeah, so it's hard to get in, and that reminds me of one of my favorite stocks here to talk about. I don't own it, but this is CLS doing the same thing. It's locking you out, not letting you in. VRT broke out of a base. Now I would say this is your handle here. This is going to have, yeah, just a cup like VST. But to me, that's your handle here. This is like 4 days of pulling hard below the 50 and now ramping. The idea of the handle is to shake out the weak hand. So I think it accomplished that there. But I get it as well. Um, yeah, pattern rec is, it's a computer generated thing, so it's not, but it broke above its downtrend line here and then pulled back, so that's your handle there within the base. And now doot, 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 doot. And then the last 2 days have really, accelerated higher. Yeah, it's extended, trading 150 after hours, but there you can see the cup, pattern before. It didn't stop it last time, the cup pattern now, and it's starting to break out. So I've had this on the ready list. I'm going to have to take it off because it is getting a little extended, even though it's still actionable according to the 145.67 buy point. But some of these, I've had on my ready list, and I'm just going to have to take them off and find some new stocks or just go with another limited list. ALAB, I'm going to switch over to the semiconductor plays now. This one got, oops, it's no longer finding support there, but it might find support at the 50. We'll have to wait and see. This one is downgraded yesterday, did not handle it well. Then today, a lot of people are getting excited. Oh, look, ALAB is starting to rip. I'm going to just wait. Just wait. Yeah, it spiked at the open, look 130.50, and then immediately sold off. So, yeah, you didn't fall for the okey doke, hopefully. Let this thing prove itself. You want to wait for the bounce. Yeah, it's here at the 50. You need to see a bounce through these moving averages here before I get interested in this stock again. So it might just want to form a base for another 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks. You don't know. It also could bounce off that 50 and make new highs right away as well. So watching ALAB, it's not actionable for me at this point. MRVL, gosh, this thing looks good too. NVIDIA is no longer like the leader of the semiconductors. We're looking at Broadcom, which is one. Marvell is another. This one looks good at 126.15. I might put that on the ready list. And then SMTC is another one. Just broke out of a base, trading higher there. So that one looks good. Somebody told me to bring up Pi. I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Anyway, maybe they're pulling my leg. They know I like to buy strength, right? So, oh, I know. ARM was on our ready list. And ARM broke out of this. You could look at this two different ways. I would call this a cup with elongated handle, or you could just say this is an old base, and this is a base on base pattern with the second base being a double bottom base, now breaking out of this double bottom base. So you can call it whatever you want. Like I say, chart patterns don't matter to me. Um, it's got to have the price action. You have any chart pattern you like, but it's got to have the price action here. It was up 16% today on that news from the SoftBank, Oracle, pledge. It was a pledge to President Trump. They're not giving him 500 billion check. It's increments. If you've ever done any fundraising, people will pledge and they'll say, I'm going to give you, 10,000 over the next, couple of years. And then they give you 1,000 and you never see them again. So, I get that, pledges are pledges. They're not actual funding. And Elon Musk was trying to call that out today. Like, it's not in the bank until it's in the bank. It's just a pledge. Anyway, good idea. And it definitely got the AI and the energy stocks, which I just showed you, rolling again today. And also the construction names, because somebody's going to have to build out, these data centers and the energy plays. And STRL broke above a downtrend line, and then just right there now at the 203.49 today, pulled up to that buy point, stalled. So you'd expect a little bit of stalling action, allowing this 10 to catch up, because you can see these the faster moving average are still below the slower moving average. So I take my time aping into this one. I would just nibble here if you're interested in buying STRL. Quanta Services. This is a stock I like a lot, but it Once again, straight up from the bottom here, so it's going to need some time to form a handle, I believe. Um, anyway, it's going to do whatever it wants. You can see the blue dot indicating relative strength as the relative strength line powers through the index average line. Where else are we at here? A lot of these in this group that I like. AGX is another one. You can see making new highs today. Tech is another one. It looks good. Made a new high and pulled back today. PRIM, this is the leader of this group in 2024, made a new high and pulled back today. And I think that was kind of the theme of the afternoon. We kind of sold off, yeah, into the close. A lot of these stocks did that. So not a great sign. STRL, yeah, these are all selling off into the close today. So we might get a rotation tomorrow, into some other areas, maybe financials, maybe oil and gas, maybe the miners. You never know. Financials, you never know what the market's going to hold for us. You just got to wait and see and keep your eyes peeled. All right, I got to go to the software names. Palantir was one of those names with Oracle and SoftBank involved with this, you know, um, pledge of 500 billion. This one pulled back to the 50 for the first time since the breakout, found support, and now rallied back up. So that kind of looks a little bit like App 11, which pulled back to the 50 for the first time since the breakout, which was back here in September, way back here, ran all the way up. And then finally, it's pulled back to the 50 right here and now found support and moving higher. So that's very nice ABC action for that one. I did mention Oracle. Larry Ellison looking fantastic at 80. Um, he's his wife or his girlfriend, big Michigan football fan, so he bought a quarterback for her. I think he paid the kid like, I don't know, 10 million. So Michigan's got a quarterback next year. Anyway, good for him. Be nice to be able to do that. Up nearly 7% today. Massive volume coming in the last couple of days. I could see just by that bar that it looks like it kind of sold off into the close. Yeah, kind of high at the open. It looks like the daily range is below the 50% level here on that bar. Yeah, 32%. So anyway, I mean, still a nice day for those software names. CLBT, one that I don't talk about enough, making a new high today. This is just, it looks like an ascending base here. Pattern Rick isn't picking that up, but yeah, these little pullbacks, as it ascends. Looks like an ascending base, making a new high today. Anyway, like I said, it doesn't matter the chart pattern. Cloudflare, I'm not sure if I put this on our ready list this week. I had it last week. I might have left it on this week. I should have because it's got that old 119.42. I kind of like that little Darvis box level as it broke out today above that level, up nearly 3%. Cloudflare looks good. What else do I have? Oh, I wanted to mention Reddit because Reddit got a downgrade today on valuation from Roth, MKM Roth. And it pulled back a little bit. It had an inside day, but let's face it, it was up like 7.5% on Tuesday as it bounced off its 10 EMA. Yeah, it was up 7.4%. So today just had an inside day. So the downgrade, it didn't fall out of bed like ALAB. It just had a quiet inside day. I kind of like that action. You can see the volume 17% below the 50-day average volume here. So a nice quiet pullback. If it wanted to wait a couple of days for this 10 EMA to catch up, which today it was 176, call it. Yeah, it bounced yesterday off the 10 EMA. At 175.60 was the low. So maybe it'll return to that area and give us a chance to buy Reddit. I'm definitely looking to get in, yeah, to buy some Reddit here. Definitely. I'm ready for Reddit. NBIS. Another one, I couldn't choose between these two. I chose NBIS. Looked like the right choice. It bounced off its 10 EMA on Tuesday. Let's see this closing here. Yeah, it looks ugly into the close. I knew it was up above, well above 40 today. Yeah, 40.96, almost 41 there. So it fell off into the close. I still like it though. Probably still have it on the ready list. Anything below 40, I think it's actionable, not really chasing there at that old 38.69, add a dime, 38.79, something like that. NBIS and Reddit, I like them both. Still a nice 5% move today with volume. So yeah, me like you. What's the last one I have here? I think that's it. Okay, let's move on. Oh, I know what I got. I have the cybersecurity crowd. I haven't covered these in a while, and I'm just going to quickly go, through these. Once again, this looks like an ascending base, in spirit, right? You got these three little pullbacks. I don't know if it's 10%, but just grinding higher, higher lows, higher highs, definition of an uptrend. CrowdStrike, probably my favorite in the group. This could appear on our ready list as well. Why? Well, because it's forming this little shelf type pattern here. And I like it above that 377.42 level. I know it spiked above it at 389. I'm going to put my thumb over that and pretend that day didn't happen and just say if it's above 377, it's go time. All right, that's CrowdStrike. I'm not going to do Palo Alto Networks. That doesn't look too good. Okay, OSPN. Not ESPN, OSPN. This one consolidating in a base, much like Crowd. That one looks pretty good to what is this, above 1958? Okay, and Fortinet's pissing me off. It's just flirting with 100. It's like the high school girl. It's like teasing you, right? It's like, I'm coming up to 100. Oh, no, you don't. Coming up to 100. Oh, no, you don't. Okay, come here and kiss me. Kiss me. Oh, no, you don't. Get away. All right. Still consolidating. It's got to go above that 101. I'd call it 102 with some volume here. It's just a little puny volume here. It needs to get in the weight room. Muscle up here, Fortinet. All right, we're moving on. Get above 100, would you? Called par. It's got to make the par bar. All right. Oh, yeah, we got to fix this stuff here. Fix. Now, I didn't know what to put on here, Fix or Modine. I put on Modine, but Fix is definitely kicking ass. Excuse my French. Up 4% today. Just gapping higher, gap. Very gappy stock. Serial gapper. With 7-week base here. Up nearly 10% this week, so that one looks good. I put on Modine, same theory, same principle, but it's only up 7.4%. So not performing as strong as Fix, but this one's still within its base, whereas Fix is extended beyond. Yeah, it's outside its base and it's extended. But you can see that RS line with the blue dot. So Fix looks fantastic. And then Dave Linux. Dave Linux has still got this double bottom base pattern. And this one is still actionable as well, consolidating in a base. Let's take a look at the weekly here. These HVACs or data center plays, 8 weeks in a base, we'll take it. And so if it can break out of this box, what's in the box, as Brad Pitt would say? Yeah, what's in the box? Well, Linux is still in the box, but I like it when it gets out of there. Okay. Schrodinger. I showed this one yesterday. Why? Because it was up on volume, and today dwarfs yesterday's volume as it breaks above the 2365 buy point, breaks above a downtrend line. It's breaking all the rules here. But if you look at the weekly chart, you can see it's just starting to emerge from a stage one base, excuse me. I'm brain farting. Up 28% this week. And you can see this is 2 days of volume, folks. 2 days of volume is greater than all the weekly volume going back to, I don't know, a couple of months here. What are we looking at? This is only 2 days. Wait till we're through with this week here. Yeah, back in November. So, yeah, Schrodinger is making a move, and I want to see what this looks like at the end of the week. I'm going to say it's going to be up more than 28% by the end of the week. That would be my guess. Yeah, this could definitely appear on our ready list as it's still actionable. Right there. GMED is another one that's got the growth profile that I like, but consolidated with the base, and now it's adios muchachos. It has darn near left the station. The train is halfway to Topeka. So that's Globus Medical. You can see this growth profile here, and if I showed you the weekly, you could see these are expected numbers. So it's got high expectations, 25, 8, 16, 4. So we'll see if that medical product stock can deliver the goods. And of course, the Nancy Pelosi trade for the week. TEM. Larry Ellison mentioned this about, they're going to cure cancer and everything. But, the stock still, lounging around here. It's above its 50, but still lounging around in a stage one base. That was an IPO from last summer. I'm going to move on here. The networking fiber optic plays did really well today. This is Sienna. Look at this thing take off on that, news of what they call it, Stargate in the glowworm. Same thing with the glowworm breaking out of a base, 5103 buy area, and it's gone. See you later. Glowworm, LITE. This is LITE is Lumentum Holdings breaking out of a base. Those three look fantastic. And then of course the networking plays, Arista Network. They had this big 4-for-1 stock split, and this thing is just grinding higher. I mean, this is just incredible. If you take a look at the weekly here, as we get out of our bear market around here, since the bear market, this thing is just a one-way stock. Higher highs, higher lows. Thank you very much. That's a nice channel. I mean, you don't have to know anything or hold it very long. You can make money on Arista Networks. What are the other ones I have here? Oh, yeah, I was going to show FN, which is Fabrinet. Yeah, breaking out nicely, but still near a buy point. And then Flex was flexing as well today. Yeah, breaking out of a base. So a lot of stocks in the technology area breaking out and looking good. But I'm going to go switch gears, go to the oil and gas. EQT made a new high and pulled back. What else did I have here? Oh, AR made a new high today. Yeah, that one looks good. So not forgetting about you, oil and gas stock, CRK, Comstock. And if this one wants to go sideways for a bit and allow the moving averages to catch up or form some sort of a shelf or a flat base, that would be okay with me as well. And then the financials, I mentioned the financials did not do too well today, but some of them, like Capital One, which reported, I believe, yesterday, it's got that buy point right there. It's trading right near that 198.30. We'll call it 200. If it can clear 200, I'm all in. What's in the box? Well, Capital One is out of the box. Like what's in your wallet? Capital One's out of the box. What's the other? Oh, American Express. Guys are using your American Express for Christmas shopping, weren't you? And now Valentine's is coming up. So I see all the ads. Man, they don't miss a beat. All right. This broke out of a base, moving higher. And then, of course, our Borat stock. Gotta love the Borat stock. Very thinly traded financial stock from Kazakhstan. Pull back to the 50 for the first time since the breakout, found support, and it's been up every day since. Thank you very much. Nice move here. I mean, come on. That looks fantastic. Nice little base and ripping higher. So thank you, Borat. Very nice. I like it. All right. That's it for me. Thank you for watching, except for at mcstockcharts.com. I have one more thing. Kinder Morgan reported after the bell, a 1.3%. I don't think this thing's going to move. It's a 68 billion oil and gas transportation pipeline. We'll see if it helps that sector tomorrow. This is Alcoa. Pretty good report, down 1%. Alcoa has been in the news, of course. With the overtures from Japan Steel that I guess Biden or Trump really want that M&A to happen. STLD. Yep, 1.3%. I didn't see the report. I'll have these in the morning. I'll have more in the morning. And I did see that SLG, which is finance property REIT stock, SL Green Realty, was up more than 1% on their earnings reports. We'll have more earnings tomorrow. I'll have more data on this. Also, a couple of things after the bell. ASTS did a secondary offering, pretty sizable one, down nearly 14% after hours. I kind of prefer in this space group Rocket Lab, and this one could appear on your ready list as well. That one looks pretty good to me. Rocket Lab. I mean, if you want something, you want exposure to that space, it's highly speculative. And then Electronic Arts, you guys play games anymore? I don't know if the kids play games as much as they used to, but they did a pre-announcement, guided lower, and they said football. I heard football. I thought, does that mean soccer or does that mean like the Steelers, Cowboys 49ers and New York Giants, whatever. Yeah, it meant the football. So I guess people aren't buying that EA game as much anymore. And they also mentioned Dragon Age, like 50% fewer sales in Dragon Age. That's going to hurt your yeah, it's going to hurt your top line. So anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. I'm going to have more information on more earnings. We're here in earnings season. I love it. Next week it's going to be really in full swing. And this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where stocks are going to gap higher, and we're going to get some powerful moves like App 11 last summer, and we're just going to ride the wave like Kelly Slater. Um, this is my intentions anyway. Hopefully you'll hop on board with me. Anyway, at mcstockcharts.com, no pun intended, we never give up.